Yes, people, we are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A, where we answer sporting questions from the chat, mainly Premier League. And the Premier League returned with a bang this weekend. Losses galore for the Big Six. Manchester United, Chelsea, and Liverpool all losing. Spurs needing a last-minute equalizer to get points off Wolves, who hadn't had a point up until that game, sorry. So big up to everyone in the chat. Big up everyone supporting Sarcasm City TV. As always, get your questions in. Make sure, though, you hit the like button on the video before I continue. Make sure you hit the like button on the video. Make sure you share this out across all of the socials as well. And make sure you subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV. So that's right. Hit the like button, whether you're watching this live right now or watching this back. Share this out across all the socials at Yes It's Flawless, at Sarcasm City TV, at Sarcasm City TV, at Yes It's Flawless. And like I said, just as important, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell as well. And if you are a member of the channel, your question takes priority like a super chat. So if you're a member and you ask a question, I'll star it and make sure I do indeed get to it. And of course, if you're kind enough to super chat, I'll get to it as well. Manchester United lost yet again, 3-1 away at Brentford. What surprise that Manchester United lost. Chelsea losing 3-1 at home to Brighton. Brighton beat Chelsea again. What a surprise. And finally, these poor performances and subpar performances from Liverpool caught up with them. Because Palace, last-minute winner, Eddie Nketiah, good finish as well, as they lost their unbeaten record as well. Arsenal taking on Newcastle tomorrow, and Spurs, like I said, last-minute equalizer, drawing 1-1 at home, and a disappointing performance to Wolves. Big up, Chow. I see you. Big up to my guy, Chow. Shout out to Don C in the cut. Big up, Adion as well. Big up, S. Madison as well in the cut. Chow says, what is this? Hold up. Flawless. I regret saying we're finishing fourth. We're actually finishing fourth in the championship. Fuck this manager. But I'm fed up with sacking the manager and getting a new manager. I wish one day the Glazers wake up and say, you know what, we'll sell the club. I hope Qatar sees this as an opportunity to make an offer to the Glazer family. It's the right time to. The people who have created this mess need to respectfully fuck off. I'm fed up with this hiring and sacking bullshit. Here's what I'll say with that. I'm glad you came to your I'm glad you came to your senses when it comes to the whole finishing fourth thing. Secondly, as well, I've told you this. I think I've said this to you before. Managers being sacked and getting hired is part and parcel of football. That is going to happen. There's no elite club in Europe that gets it right 100% of the time. There's there's no club. Whoever you think the most successful football club is in this country, don't get it right 100% of the time. So in regards to the sacking of managers and hiring of managers, that's going to continue to happen, because it's an extremely tough job, and what Manchester United are looking for is extremely tough overall. In regards to the Glazer side of things, we know the Glazers are crooks. You know it, I know it, everybody knows it. That's the one thing Manchester United fans are genuinely united on, no pun intended, is getting the Glazers gone. Like 110%. We are. However, you can still work. You can still work within, you can still get more out of the football club. The football club can still be successful. I don't think you can dominate under the Glazers. I don't think you can dominate, but I think you can be successful. Who likes their ownership? Before this season, like outside of City, who likes their ownership? Chelsea don't like their owners currently. Manchester United don't like their owners. Arsenal don't like their owners. Liverpool don't like their owners. And they're four of the most successful teams in the country in recent times. Outside of City, who does? Spurs and the Levy, they don't like their owners either. Who likes their owners? No one really. It's only really City fans who don't complain about their owners. So that's what I'd say with that. Hopefully we do get taken over, but still you can do more. That's what I'd say. Let's see what else you lot are saying in the chat as well. Hey, shout out Warrior J. Big up Victor. Hey, Victor, Palace won, man. You should be happy. You should be happy. Are you firing Amram this instant? Nah, no shit, I'm not. Giving him a lifetime contract. Yes, Dunsey, what are you saying, fam? You good?
Flawless. Big up, my brother.
What are you saying, man? You blessed?
Bro, I'm good, man. I'm good. Like, life is good, blood. You get what I'm saying?
Good
like,
weekend for you, isn't it?
Huh?
Good weekend for you, football-wise.
Bro. You see what the FA Cup winners done? Oh, my. Like, you know what, yeah? I'll talk about that in a second, bro. What the fuck is happening to Man United? Like, okay, All right then, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna try not to troll too much, right? Do you know what I'm saying? And to be honest, I didn't watch the game. I've been occupied all day, but I saw one or two things, right? And the one or two things that I did see, yeah, was the fact that Man United lost again, right? Which is beautiful.
Surprise.
And your manager has 27% win rate. Eric Ten Hag got sacked at, what was it, 53?
I'm not even sure what it was. But again, yeah, go on. Carry on.
Bro, what the hell is going on at Man United? Like, honestly.
The same thing that's been happening. And here the thing is, but Liverpool can't chat. They've been successful. They should have been more successful. And if they had better ownership, they would have been more successful. So even though they've had to, and this is where it stems from when I talk about dominating, I don't think you can dominate with bad ownership. I think you can be successful. I think you can win Premier Leagues, you can win Champions Leagues, yes. If you get the manager right and you get recruitment right. But in terms of back-to-back, 3 leagues in a row, 2 leagues and a Champions League, I think that is where the ownership lies. Because Liverpool should have been. Liverpool will look back in that Klopp era and go, we should have won more. How we have all these world-class and top-class ballers and we won 1 league title and 1 Champions League. If I'm a Liverpool fan, I'm pissed. 1, because I'm a Liverpool fan, but 2, because of the lack of success that we should have had. People will talk about City this, City that. That team should have won more. That manager should have won more, even though it was extremely successful. That's just my looking at it. But go on, Dante. Go on, fam.
Yeah, no, it's just that you see with your manager, right? I don't understand why they keep on backing him, because we could talk about the game I really didn't see, but I'm guessing it was no different from
microphone. Turn up your mic a little bit. You're a bit low, Dante. I'll push it towards you. Yeah. Your mic. I'll push it towards you.
One second.
No good, man. No stress.
Yeah. Is that cool, bro? Is that cool?
Yeah.
Is that better?
The child, yeah, they won 2 now, but they should have. The point I'm making is they should have won more. I'm not talking about now. I'm talking about in that Klopp era. They should have won more. For the team they had, they should have delivered more. But hey, we move. But go on, Dante. Carry on.
I lost my train of thought, bro. I'm gonna be honest, bro.
You're talking about the ownership and him being in charge and what United.
Yeah, him being in charge is pathetic, bro. Like, it's 23%, bro. I mean, 27%. 20%. He's played 33 games, and he's lost more games than he's actually won. He's only won like 17 games being in charge. 17 games. 17 plus 17 is 34, bro. You know what I'm saying? Your ownership can't be that stupid. Like, on a real life, for me personally, yeah. Do you know what it is? Yeah.
Don't do that, Duncy. Don't do that. Like Charlemagne says, give people the credit they deserve for being stupid, including themselves. Because when Ryan says something stupid, we don't say he can't be that stupid. We just know it's Ryan and keep it stepping. So make sure you give the ownership the same energy. Carry him.
Your ownership. Okay, this is to Man United's ownership. You lot are fucking trash, bro. You know what I'm saying? I hope you lot stay in for life, yeah, as a rival fan. But as a person who loves football, bro, like, come on, man, like, enough's enough. You see, when a man's being beaten, right? Like, when you beat up a person, you just have to leave them. That's what I'm saying. Let them think about what they did, right? This man has got 27% win rate. 27%. I swear Frank Lampard had a better win rate than him, and Frank Lampard is trash. We all can see that, yeah? Vieira's trash, yeah, as a manager, and like, he's an Arsenal legend, but then I can take away the legend from a manager. You know what I'm saying? It was his choice to go to Managerial, whatever, right? They've still got this dude in. What will it take? Like, what will it take for Man United's board to sack this fraud? It's disgusting. It's like, I'm not even going to say what I was going to say, you know what I'm saying? But it's like I said, as a rival fan, I'm loving every single moment of this. But I'm not a person that normally goes on stats, right? But when it comes to managers, you can only go up on stats, yeah, and trophies, right? Let's just say Amaran won you a cup and got you a percentage over 50%. You know what I'm saying? It could be 0.1, 0.2, or 0.5. It's still over 50%. This dude has a 27% win rate. Yeah, that is horrible. Yeah, by any standard and by every standard. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. What would it take? I'm asking you, Flawless. What and the chat that's all Man United supporters. What is it going to take for this dude to be sacked? Because where I work, right, I'm a manager where I work, and I've said this time and time again, I have sacked people for less incompetence. This is stupidity at its finest. Yeah. If there was what was it, a pro league? Yeah. Right now, you man would be legendary. You know what I'm saying? Because this is pathetic. I can't even laugh at you no more. I'm gonna be honest, bro. Do you know what? Yeah, I sympathize. My heart bleeds for you, man. There, bloody get me as a football lover. You know what I'm saying? This is disgusting, bro. So, what do you think it will take for the board to actually get their finger out of their arse and actually sack this
I told
pursuer?
you when he gets sacked, man. This international break coming. The next one, Spurs will be the end. That 4 games, all it takes is some back-to-back losses. That's all it is. Because we're literally a loss away and definitely 2 losses away. But United are always 2 losses away or a loss away from the complete the world's ending. Let's say we lose to Sunderland, for example, which is not out of the realms of possibility. All the conversation surrounding it over that 2 weeks is the manager being sacked. We watched it with Ten Hag. And that 4 games, I'm telling you right now, that 4-game stretch, the universe said enough's enough. The universe, the footballing universe don't like ugly, and it will punish you. And Manchester United have been performing just ugly. Everything's ugly about us. The football's ugly. The attitude's ugly. The mentality's ugly. The decision-making is ugly. And the playing style is ugly. Everything about us is ugly. And eventually you get punished for these things. I've been saying this. Liverpool away, Brighton at home, Nottingham Forest away, Spurs away. 3 of those 4 we have absolutely horrendous records against. We don't travel well to Anfield at all. Brighton have beat us the last 3 times at Old Trafford. Forest away is going to be tough. That's always tough. And we've not beat Spurs in 3 years. It might even be longer. I'm telling you, man, it's a wrap. Show's over. Ugly. It's like even Bruno now being exposed. And I was thinking about this as I was rewatching the highlights of the game and how people gassed up Bruno and where would you be without Bruno? And people have gassed up Amorim. And now Amorim's making Bruno look worse, which is not fantastic, but it's very fitting when I say the footballing universe don't like ugly.
Yeah.
Because Bruno's been performing ugly for so long and has been getting away with it. He's now been put in a place where he can't perform like that. And to the point, even his bread and butter, he can't do anymore. The goals and assists, he can't more so. That's because where the managers play him. Man's missing penalties. I don't think he's in his entire Manchester United career, he's missed 2 out of 3 penalties. I think he's missed 6 in total since he's been here. And 2 of them are in the last 3. Because one thing he is an exceptional penalty taker. And I say universe, that's why you don't hear it no more. Where would you be without Bruno? Bear in mind, the results are pretty much the same as last season. Yeah. Like so far, even though it's only 6 games in, the performance levels are terrible as well. So, yeah, I ain't gonna know. It is what it is, man. But in regards to it, to answer your question overall, I'm telling you that November stretch, and then he'll be gone because we'll lose games. It could be even, if Liverpool are on it and we're off it, it could be after Liverpool.
Do you know, it's hard to even, like, for me looking in, it's hard for me to be confident that they're going to sack him, especially after this, because if we're saying that they're very incompetent, right? Let's say West Ham just sacked their manager and they're playing on Monday, right? Mm-hmm. That's not incompetence. That's doing the best at what you can a few days before their next match, right? So you can get interim in, and then you know what? You know he's going to play the kind of the same style, use the same players. But the thing is, that manager is not there. I don't actually believe that they will sack him because they've had ample time, bro. Yeah, and I get it. He's had like 2 windows, right? But then he's only playing certain players because of injuries, right? Or obviously because of the fan backlash, because all of these people, they listen to people. Do you know what I'm saying? But his performances, because one thing that I can't knock Arteta for a lot of the times is that when he needs to pull it out of the bag, when there's no pressure on him, he does it. You know what I'm saying?
Here's what I say to this though, Duncy. You know what's crazy about them sacking him? Me and you were sat here having this exact same conversation about Ten Hag. If we rewind, let's rewind a year.
Yeah,
and
it's true.
That exact all the sentences you've said, but take out Amorim's name and put in Ten Hag's name and it applies.
Facts.
Which goes to show their incompetence because they are making the same mistake again, which means it's a conscious decision. Yeah. Even though it's the wrong decision, it's a foot out. All right, cool. Even though Ratcliffe has come out, I've said this before, he said it in an interview. Oh, we probably did take too long to sack Ten Hag. But because Amorim's their guy, there's more there's more of it wanting to work because they don't want to seem to be wrong. You're gonna get it wrong. Not everybody you hire is gonna be a success. Put it this way: most ownerships, if you're in charge for 20 years, probably most of the managers that you unless you stumble across one that works for a long period of time, you're probably gonna get more wrong than you get right. Abramovich did. You know why Abramovich got most managers right? Because he sacked them more often than not when needed to be. You could argue a couple of them maybe have been harsh. But for the vast majority of them, even though you would say under Amorim, most managers have been successful, you would say most of them have been successful because of the success they had, and then when he sacked them when they wasn't. So they didn't have time to go a year, 2 years, 3 years without success. It was like, hey, 6 months bad form, you might be out. And that's why people look at, footballs, what have you done for me now? Real Madrid, who people use as they're the pinnacle that people use when it comes to just standard. They've had they've had 3 managers in a season. They've sacked managers for winning La Liga. For those that don't know, they've sacked 2 managers who won La Liga in May and then sacked them in June. That wouldn't happen here in the Premier League. A manager wouldn't win the league in May and then get sacked in June. But the point I'm making is you're just making it worse. It's like, sack the manager and just keep it stepping. But
you see, it's hard. It's hard because there's been clear red flags since he come in, right? Apart from the style that he brought, and when I say style, I don't mean footballing style, I mean in dress sense. Yeah, he hasn't actually brought anything to Man United. You know what I'm saying? And when I say red flags, there's deep red flags. You know what I'm saying? You see when the stoplight says stop, yeah, that's him right there. Do you get me? It's like time after time. It's okay. We've seen bad performances because even Erik ten Hag, his performances weren't this bad. Yeah, his team selection wasn't this bad, and I get it that. You know what? Yeah, he was Ineos's choice, Radcliffe's choice. I don't know. I don't really care. It was one of their choices, and I get it. Things go wrong, but then when Amrin said you man are gonna suffer, I didn't think literally he's gonna make you man suffer, bro. You know what I'm saying?
We're all fucking suffering. It's crazy.
It's just like me dating a chick that's always loudmouth, shouting on the street, drunk and acting a fool, brother, and say, do you know what? Yeah, I still love her. You know what I'm saying? It's as simple as that, bro. Bro, honestly, as much as I respect you, man, there, yeah, and because I've got nothing but respect for you, man, yeah, and the other Man United fans that I see, that I know, this is embarrassing now. It's totally embarrassing. I'm actually lost for words, bro. I'm actually lost for words now. This is the mighty Man United. For me, as a rival fan, may it long last, but as a footballing fan, come on, man. They've gone through enough pain and suffering. You know what I'm saying? Let's not go fun.
It's ridiculous. And to victory, this was back to earlier when I was talking about Liverpool. But how do you win more against a team that barely lose or draw consistently? How City were that good? Back your team properly. Go look at them Liverpool summer windows and say they was back properly. Because if Klopp was back probably, highly likely they probably win one of or both of those leagues that they lost out to on a point. Like, back your team. Back them how Liverpool have been back this summer. If Klopp was back like that, then he probably has 2 more league titles and maybe a Champions League. And we're sat here talking about him having 3 Premier League titles and 2 Champions Leagues.
I think also Klopp's slight issue was big up, guys, by the way.
Big up every time, Steve. Your mic, not Mike, camera's doing that as
well. Regardless, I also think Klopp was too loyal to certain players.
That also adds into it too.
Yeah, I think
give him the best possible platform to succeed is my thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Would the Klopp fall short at times, yes, but this is fine margins. That City team was exceptional, but it wasn't invincible. Hence why they ran them so close. They finished a point behind them twice. They made the Champions League final. Did they lose 2? Maybe 1. I know they lost the Europa League final as well. But
they're better in Europe than them.
Yeah, they actually legit. They did. You right, 100%. Hey, you lot continue to run up the likes though. We're only at 23 likes, yo. Let's get up to 40 likes, people. Let's get up to 40 likes. Make sure you continue to share it out across all the socials. Subscribe to the channel. Get your questions in particular, members as well. I agree. Why bench Lenny Yoro and start Maguire? Because he, like Bruno, he blames Yoro for the goal that we conceded against City. That's why. And this is why I'm saying the footballing universe don't like ugly. Because the fact that you blame Yoro for it is crazy. The fact that Bruno backed it is crazy. The fact that it was actually Bruno's fault for the goal is crazy. The fact you then play Maguire and then he cost you in today's game is crazy. But here we are. Decision making. It's just mistakes, making mistakes after making mistakes after making mistakes. It's like cover rather than address the actual issue, is covering your ass. Rather than just address the actual problem. It's like now I'm just gonna keep covering and keep making mistakes to try and make up for the mistake I made and then end up making another mistake. Because no way was that Euro's fault for that goal against Foden. For that goal. This is clearly Bruno. But Bruno blamed Euro publicly, which is crazy. And then the manager backed it and amplified that. He didn't come out and defend Euro and saying, I weren't Euro's fault. And his decision-making tells you. And then the person that he's replaced in the team with Euro makes the mistake for the first goal. The irony. You see, when I say the footballing universe don't like ugly decision-making, man. Ugly character. And when I say that, I'm talking from a footballing perspective. That's an ugly decision. It's just nasty. It's just nasty work. And this is why you get what you get. It's like buying there. People are blaming him for the second goal. I hear it. I don't particularly blame him for the second goal. The third goal, definitely. But that's two players who shouldn't be playing, making mistakes for two of the three goals we conceded. That lies on you. That's why before I blame Bayern or blame Maguire, I blame the manager, because you know what Maguire and Bayern are giving you. They're not unknowns. They're not new signings and go, all right, let's give him some more games. Maguire's been here long enough. Bayern has been here long enough. Like, you've managed both of these two players for a long period of time. But all right, cool. Bruno's been here long enough playing in the pivot. Ironically, he made a mistake missing the pen. Never mind all his other mistakes in the game. He's cost you points. Man's missed 2 penalties this season already. Man's cost you 2, man. The Arsenal game? Wait, it's 3? Wait, how many league games we played? 6. And he's cost you in 4 of them. Because he cost you against Arsenal for the corner. He cost you because Smith Rowe ran up him for the Fulham game, and he conceded the penalty. He cost you in the Manchester derby, and he cost you again today.
Yeah.
So he's cost you 4 times in 6 matches. All right, bet. And this is the horse you want. And I said, if you want, like I say to many people when I'm going back and forth with him in the chat, if you want to die on this hill, go die on this hill. Very strange hill to die on. And he chose to die on the Bruno hill. All right, cool. And he's cost you 4 times. See, that's gone under the radar. 4 mistakes he's made, critical. And you've also put him in that situation because you've moved him further towards his own goal, where he's a liability. As if you actually played him in the final third, players running off him would matter, because you wouldn't have players running off him. You'd have actual central midfielders playing in central midfield. And then we'd criticize them and go, why is he running off him? Who would have thought, man? Play a central midfielder in central midfield. But hey, yo, we move, man. Yeah, he's a joke, man. But he's going down this hill, man. Like I see everyone crashing out on Ineos and Ineos have been saying about Ineos. Do some great work.
He wants that 12 milli, bro. He wants that payout.
He wants his money. Like, Ineos do some great. Don't get it misunderstood. When it comes to recruitment, I don't fault them. When it comes to the quitting the staff, plans for the stadium, that's all well and fantastic. But how come we are going backwards on the football pitch under your ownership? There's something off there. And we're adding to it. But hey, we move. Charles says, but Flawless, we need to start talking candidates now. Instead of last minute things, we need to push for Zidane or Xavi. Them are my top 2, Xavi, because he didn't actually get sacked. It's on them. I don't know what their plan is, to be honest, Charles. So I can't even comment in regards to when it comes to candidates.
By the way, Xavi is not.
Yeah, but I wouldn't go this route. No. Before you go, Steve, I wouldn't go the route of going to get a Xavi or Zidane, because we're not where Arsenal are. If Arsenal were to sack Arteta and they say Zidane or Xavi, if Don C says that, I understand, because they need a manager to take them from second to first. We are not going from second to first. We are not trying to go from third to first. We are not trying to go from fourth to first. We ain't even trying to be top 6. We are just trying to be a competent, cohesive unit.
Win back-to-back Premier League.
Back-to-back. We don't need anything fancy. This is a restaurant. I'm not saying, oh, we need to bring in a sous chef. No. We need someone who can just work a cooker. Just turn it
burgers and chips.
I'm saying burgers and chips. Just go back to basics. Someone that can cook a burger and butter bread. That's it. That's all we need, is literally basic standard. That's why I'm saying go and get an Areola. Don't bring me someone who's never managed here before, because Amarim's been caught out by it, as you can see. The pace of the league and the amount of media interviews and and the circus that surrounds the Premier League and surrounds. It's the most watched. Might not be the best league. It's the most watched.
Yeah.
It's a 25-8 news cycle. Like, football don't turn off, people, if you've noticed. It don't switch off. When you're awake, football's on. When I say it's on, I'm not talking just games. I'm talking about the news cycle. If you are like right now, it's just
Dialogue.
Go to the dialogue continue. Go to social media right now. Big accounts, mainstream accounts, content
Someone's
creators,
live.
everyone talking football. People are live 24/7. When you go asleep, guess what? Football carries on. And if you sleep for long enough, you'll wake up and miss something.
Facts.
How many times have I've been here where I woke up and the group chat's going crazy.
Yeah.
Ten Hag being sacked. I woke up to that. My phone going crazy. Going nuts. Troops call me a pussy hole for no reason, but that's a whole different conversation. The point
is that
it was unnecessary, yo. Like, yo. It's so unnecessary. Hello, unnecessary. Like, but that's the point I'm making. And you need a manager who has some idea of that. That's where I'm at with it. It doesn't guarantee that they can deal with it, but that's why I wouldn't go get a Xavi or Zidane, because we're not there yet. Word to what Don C said: burger and chips. That's it, man. Just sell basic food. You trying to do flaming yongs, trying to, you know what I'm saying, and trying to do chocolate lattes and iced teas. Hey, man, just Coca-Cola, burger and chips. That's it.
Or
Pepsi.
some milk.
Milk. Basics. You know what I'm saying? Basics. Burger and chips. Hot dog. You know what I'm saying? Man, are trying to do 2% milk and almond milk. No, just basic blue top, red top, or green top milk. Whole milk, semi-skimmed, or skimmed. That's where we're at, people. I don't like it, by the way, saying this. I hate the fact that Manchester United are in the situation that I'm talking about. But I am understanding of the position we are in. I don't want to be here, but I'm fully aware of it. One thing about me, uncomfortable truths. I ain't the most knowledgeable, but I'm gonna tell you, like, yo, this shit is off. As I've been telling you, look, as anyone who's a regular watcher here will know this shit. That this is nothing new, I'm saying. Yeah, if there's anyone here who's here on the regulars in the chat, they've heard me say this hundreds of times. They heard me say this shit in June. It's now almost October. Hey, we ain't doing shit this season, you know. Why not? Look at the manager. Look at the players. But we were magically one game a week. Remember that. The players are going to get used.
We're going to remember the summer of 2024 and 2025
for the rest of my life.
The rest of your
life. I write it on my tombstone? The way people spoke to me about this summer and why we can't do this and did there and all. Yo, you hate them, blah blah blah.
2 summers in a row.
2 summers in a row. Why can't we can finish 4th? Look at this now, but this flawless is being too nuts about this cloud. All he was responsible to is stop up some feet. See, Eddie's had enough. Even Eddie's been trying to fight.
Yeah, Eddie left after 5 minutes.
Eddie left the watch. Yeah, for those that don't know, Eddie left the watch along 5 minutes.
5 minutes?
Did we even concede?
Man tapped out.
We conceded. Or I think we conceded the first goal 8 minutes, and then he was like,
minutes, and he's like, all right, yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, he's like, I'm out. Yeah. Ridiculous. Eddie, man, big up Rizzy as well, man. Big up Rizzy. Big up. Yeah.
Eddie, things can only get better, brother. Things can only get better, brother. You know what I'm saying? Today, I won't call you out. You know what I'm saying? I'm actually sympathizing with like my fellow Reds. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wish like Cameron would stay here forever as an Arsenal fan, because the jokes that he's giving me and the crash outs that I'm seeing, you know, I'm loving it, bro. My fellow Arsenal fans, even though we are better, but we ain't that great because we ain't won anything. But we ain't in my United shoes.
You're not in hell.
Bruno, we haven't got Sesko. You know what I'm saying? We haven't got Maguire, their best striker. You know what I'm saying? Scoring at both ends. You know what I'm saying? It's just bad, bro. It's just bad. Don't worry. Yeah, it's all good. That's the problem.
And to Chow, I hear this because you say, but look how bad it was with Coleman at Barca when Xavi came in. He did good, I believe. He came with. Here the thing is, he knows the league and the club. That's the difference. He's fully aware. Like, he is Mr. When we think Barcelona, he's one of the first people you think of. Not only does he know the club well, he knows the league well. So he has a huge. And I think, had he managed that Barcelona B, I could be wrong. Someone correct me if I'm wrong on that. But the point is,
he did his badges partly was at Barcelona, then he went to Saudi or Qatar.
Yeah. So there we go. So yeah, that's why I'm not saying go get Xavi, man. We don't need, like, again, basics. You trying to put the final touches on the cake, the decor. Like, nah, man. We need sugar, flour, and water. This is where we're at. We are starving. So that's where I'm at. Go get, if it's an Ariola or a Glasgow, one of those two, and just reset. Because the league is, by the way, the league's poor, by the way. Let me just clarify that. The
Yeah.
overall, when I say that, I'm talking about the overall standard.
Yeah.
I don't think you have to be great to finish top 6.
Hell no.
I don't think you have to be great to finish top
Yeah.
5 if I'm being
Yeah.
Just be
really honest.
consistent.
I tweet that after game week 1 to be on my
Yeah.
Twitter. Like, very good stock ship, and I've been saying that it's nothing new.
Yeah, and it's
Well, so I didn't miss anything in the Spurs and Wolves game. I missed
Nah,
nothing.
you didn't miss nothing. No, you didn't. The most entertaining thing was just joining towards the end. Just the best thing about the game.
I was watching the PSG Alger game and the
No, I was watching. Like the thing is, this is the funny thing about it, like I was watching our game, but I had it on like the smaller because I have my phone,
college football.
and I have my PC. Yeah, then I was watching college. I'm still watching this LSU All Miss game, which is now this is hella entertaining. Ole Miss versus LSU in it. So I was watching that on my big screen, and then I had the Tottenham game on my small screen in it. So whenever I see something happen, then I was obviously checking. Because like, I just yeah. Oh, but yeah. Are you still on your topic?
Yeah. We're gonna go to Spurs in a second,
cool.
and that's what I'm saying. Eddie says, "Hey, Steve is the Strasbourg manager from the UK."
Yeah, Liam Rose Senior. Yes, he's English, former player.
Yeah, he was the whole manager. Which he got fairly fired when he was at Hull, in my opinion. Because I think
I was crazy. They fired him.
Yeah, because
the guy who owns Hull is crazy.
Yeah, because
he is off his fucking rocker, mate.
Literally, and the thing is, I think the second because they barely just missed out of the playoffs that year, but it wasn't.
Yeah, and then the next year, they almost got relegated.
And to Adion, who says, "Why would those managers leave their current jobs when they're doing better than Manchester United? Money and status. That's why. We're gonna double their wages, and your profile is gonna go through the roof. And managers have egos. That's why. So Crystal Palace or Manchester United, respectfully. Bournemouth or Manchester United, respectfully. And they're gonna double your wages coming down. We know what they're doing. That's why.
Tottenham or Man United, no respect.
Hey, respect the European champion. That's European heritage right there, man.
That
is the second.
Today, I'm going to respect the FA Cup winners. Today, I'm going to respect the FA Cup winners. You get what I'm saying? That's what I'm respecting.
Yeah.
Like to add on to Charles' point, we just took Sporting's manager, and Sporting are a much bigger club than both of those.
Yes.
People say we forced. Bear in mind, remember that. Or he didn't want to join. We forced him out. That was halfway through the season. The point I'm making is money and status. It's highly unlikely a manager's going to say no to Manchester United being at Palace, Bournemouth, or Sporting, or a club like that, respectfully.
Despite it being much more logical in 2025 to stay at one of those. They will.
You know why? Managers think they can turn it around.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Which, guess what? If you back yourself as a manager, you can.
Yeah.
So how much do you believe in your skill? If you think you that, like managers think they can, like there's no manager we sat to doesn't believe if they were given more time, they could turn it around. Ten Hag still thinks that. I bet if you ask him about Leverkusen, he'll say, yeah, I could have turned around Leverkusen.
Yeah.
It was a rocky start. I could have won the
Bundesliga. It was too early.
Huh. Managers are like that. Managers are very tunnel vision and very stubborn. I think you have to be. I think you have to have arrogance in that trait. You have to be very, very self-assured.
You have to be a narcissist. The most successful people on the earth are usually narcissistic to some extent.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's it. And that's it to Saki Junkie as well. When I talked about status, the next manager to be successful here is going to get lauded as an absolute god. Same way we look at Sir Alex Ferguson now. Guess what? Whoever the next guy is, he's going to be put in the same bracket. The next guy, even if it's 40 years from now, if it's we talking 2065 and someone finally wins the league and the Champions League for Manchester United, that manager, statue outside the stadium. Goated. You're one of the best ever if you have any form of success here over a sustained period of time. Fergie walked into worse, by the way, people. Just to clarify. United were on a bigger drought when he walked in. He was on a bigger drought without the Prem and was on a bigger drought than the Champions League. And it's been 13 years now since the Prem. Is it 13? I think it's 13 years. I think for Fergie, it was longer than that. It was 20 odd. It was like 20 years. And the Champions League was a longer drought as well. So, but yeah, would I take Eddie Howe? Yeah. I think I wouldn't be against that anyhow. Not the slightest. He fits the bill. But you lot, run up the likes, hit the subscribe button. Members, continue to get your questions in. Floor's yours, Jasmine. Spurs Wolves 1-1.
Well, I ain't got nothing to say, to be honest. Like I'm just the only reason why I joined is because I want people to tell me that just you're tripping and just way too early. Give it time. I want to hear from those people. I just want to know, like, go through the comments, and I want to know people's thoughts about the Spurs
Any
games.
Spurs fans in the chat, let us know your thoughts.
Any Spurs fans in the chat, please tell me about the game. I ain't got nothing to say. I ain't got nothing to say because I was trying to tell you since preseason that this is some dog shit football. But hey, man, you guys in the chat, go ahead, man.
All right,
I'm watching LSU almost. Go ahead.
Somebody who watched it, as much as I hate agreeing with Jez, like his what he was saying beforehand that has been saying all season long was backed up 110% in that game against Wolves, because he was terrible. Like the Spurs performance, even if they would have won, let's say Paulina scores and then Brennan Johnson scores late and they win the game 2-1, performance and results is not matching up, and that performance was bad. Not like what, and bear in mind, Wolves weren't even good, people. Wolves weren't even good. You can't even say they was great. Bear in mind, they've lost every game so far this season as well. And outside of the goal Wolves scored, there was barely anything. Kudus had the header in the first half. That was a good save from Johnston. But other than that, Spurs looked out of ideas. It's kind of like get the ball to Kudus. And if Kudus don't do anything, Spurs look too with Charlison, Javi Simmons on the left. You got Bergval, Paulino, Bentancur. Not really anything. Adogi can go forward, yes. Spence, that's not really his game. Porro when he got on, but they really just look. It's like Brentford and White. If we're being really real. Like there isn't much difference where there's more expected of you now. Now you're at Tottenham, where you're expected to be dominant and on the front foot and putting teams like Wolves to the sword. So Jez is backed up in what he said there. And yeah, Paulina scoring late. Bad boy finish as well by Paulina as well. But M. De Niro said it yesterday. If you're relying on him for goals, certain's up. Certain's up. Shouldn't be relying on him for goals. Not in the slightest. So that's pretty much my thoughts on it. Chelsea.
No.
Yeah, sorry, go on.
Not the only thing, because not about the goal thing, because the matter thing, because I put that today in the, which is again another example of when I was talking earlier about me saying something, people criticizing that. Another moment where I sent something in the GC about our top scorer of the season. Then somebody asked me the question, why do I pretend like 11 goals in 6 matches is a bad thing? Well, 11 goals in 6 matches is a bad thing when three of those goal scorers all came against West Ham. Then you had Johnson. You had Johnson on the list. You had Richarlison on the list. Hold on. Let me get the photo because I took a screenshot in it.
Yeah.
All right, cool, boom. So Richarlison on 3 goals, Brennan Johnson and Palini on 2 goals, and then Bergwall, Van der Ven, and Papissa all on 1 goal. Bergwall, Van der Ven, and Sarr all scored against West Ham. Palini scored today and scored against City. Johnson scored against Burnley and City. Richarlison scored 2 versus Burnley, and then he scored the 1 versus Brighton. So I'm talking about like 3 games out of the 6 games where we actually scored all these goals. And two out of the 3 games, we're talking about teams they're damn near closer to the relegation zone. And a Wolves team as well who's in the relegation zone with Paulinho. So I'm saying again, people looking at football, and this is what I've been always talking about how, and this goes to every team. It goes to every team. Too many people look at football too simple. They see the things on paper and think this is enough to say, this is a good thing. For example, Spurs is currently third on the table after 6 matches. We have scored 11 goals. We have only conceded this amount of goals. We have won this amount of games. We haven't lost a game. We only have lost 1 game against Bournemouth. Yeah, it sounds nice, but when you actually go and analyze the games and actually go and watch the games, you will know how much of a mess actually was going on at Tottenham. But people refuse to talk about it and only know that we tune against Brighton and Wolves. No people want to have the conversation. That's what I'm saying. I'm not really gonna do the talking no more like that. I'm petty. I'm petty as fuck.
Yeah.
I'm petty as fuck. I'm somebody who I'm gonna say shit like, yo, where's the clean shit today? Hey, Connor, you my guy. Connor, you my guy. But I remember after which game? After West Ham.
Yeah, Connor was
When
on
we
your
did the
case.
Q&A, and Connor was asking me, just why you complaining? We got like clean 3 clean sheets in 4 games. Where are the clean sheets now? Connor, you my guy, but where are the clean sheets now? I ain't seen no clean sheets. I ain't seen no goals created from on a consistent basis.
Yeah, you lot struggle going forward. That was the glaring thing to me today.
But this is the issue. But before this is the issue. That's the issue, though. I've been saying that since pre-season when we were playing against League Two opposition. Let me go and see who we played against in the pre-season because I'm pretty sure there was a League Two side and a League One side, and we struggled to create against those two. Yeah, you can say pre-season is all good, but what? And this is where I'm different to Man United fans who said, "Oh, look at our pre-season. Our season's going to be amazing." I wasn't sitting here saying Tottenham's season's going to be bad or good after the pre-season, but I'm taking information from the pre-season and say, okay, this is what I'm seeing. And remember what I was telling you all pre-season, no? I don't like what I'm seeing.
I remember you saying, yeah, I do remember you saying.
I was saying I hate what I'm seeing in the preseason. Okay, cool. So these are the teams that we played in preseason, and things that I didn't like. So we played Reading, who are in League One.
Yeah,
Reading is in League One. Reading is in League One. Wickham Wanderers are in
League Two.
Wickham Wanderers are in League One as well.
League One. Okay.
Luton Town's in League One. They got relegated.
Shout out Luton.
You talking about? Yeah, I know it's hilarious. But
Luton Town.
what deeper, bro?
You're a bad guy for what you did to Steve, man. Sorry, go on as you were.
The game's the game, man. But 3 League One games in pre-season, and I can't see what my team is doing. That was already red flag number 1 for me right there. People don't tell me it's been 7-8 games if you include the Champions League and the Carabao Cup. It's been 8 games with the Carabao Cup, Champions League, and the preseason games. So if you want to include, you had 7 preseason matches and we had 8 competitive matches under Thomas Frank. Don't tell me about this is 8 matches. I can see from day one what are the fundamental issues, and it took people sorry, my mouth is super late. It took 16 games later, including the 16 games later, the people to realize there are fundamental issues from Thomas Frank's tactics. But why did it took me from day one in his preseason? Yo, something is ain't right here. So a guy who is just here talks football on social media, and I'm on Twitter. I'm just a guy on Twitter speaks about TV shows, anime, gaming, woman, and joke around the whole time. And I talk football here and there. So I'm just some random guy on the internet, bro, pretty much. But how can I tell you these issues from the first preseason match, and you guys come around after game 15, 16 under Thomas Frank if you include the preseason matches and PSG? How? That's why I'm saying I'm done with the talking. You guys, you Spurs fans,
actually show it.
You explain to me what's going wrong. I want you guys teach me what was wrong because you taught me it was fine. But now I'm seeing everybody angry. I want explanations. I want everybody to explain me, teach me football. I ain't gonna tell you because I feel like it's a waste of time giving my knowledge away from how I view football just for people to clock on later. I think it's a waste of time. I'd rather use it for other people.
But you're doing yourself a disservice because some people might just not see it. Not that they don't want to see it, they're just in Cape. No, they're just in Cape. Like, for instance, I put myself in that bracket. I wouldn't have seen it as quick as, even though I didn't watch Spurs, I'll say this, I wouldn't have seen it as quick as you.
See, but
And
then
that's me saying
you
that.
wouldn't be
And that's
you.
not
But
because I
then
didn't
you.
want to. That's just me just
But,
not. So that's why it's
but you know what the
important.
difference is. But you know what the difference between you and other people. You wouldn't be
Well,
disgenerous. You wouldn't be like. You wouldn't be dismissive at all, and say like, okay, I can see where
yeah,
you're coming from. Let me see it then from the next game going forward.
yeah.
Those people are like every time when I'm saying something negative, people I'm getting off. You know when I say on Twitter,
You
you
get
can go on
you, yeah,
Twitter,
yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
can go on Twitter and say, I can go on Twitter and say I like pancakes. Somebody in the comments can comment to my comments and say, so you hate waffles. Who said I hate
Yeah.
waffles?
That's what people will
Yeah.
say.
Who said that?
That is social media in a nutshell, yo. That's what it is.
That is social media.
Like,
So
yo,
when I'm
I
going,
love apple juice, so you don't like orange juice.
look, I don't get it. So when I go on social media and say this and that about Frank,
Yeah.
and then somebody comes into my comments or somebody in GC says, so you want Anchbo. Who said that? Who's go through my tweets and say,
People don't say that with that. That's what it is. If people think you're being critical of Frank, that means you want Ange to stay. Not you, but just in general. It's a general thing.
I had one of my guys told me just because and this was like 3 weeks ago when I criticized him after a win, saying how this is dog shit what I'm seeing. Somebody said, yo, I'm peptified. I want to see Pep football. Who said I want to see Pep football? I'm saying I want to look at least like Brighton. Give me Brighton standard performances, and I know because Brighton standard performances are like 7th, 8th in the league. That's fine at this moment of time. I know that Spurs ain't great, but give me at least Brighton level performances. And if you ask most Spurs fans at the start of the season, they wouldn't have swapped Hertzler with Frank. They wouldn't have swapped our squad with their squad.
True. That's right.
I'm asking for Stuttgart level football. Stuttgart. No, I'm not asking for. I'm not asking for Man City. I'm not asking for Barcelona, Real Madrid. Obviously, poor example today, but Real Madrid, Liverpool. I'm not asking for that type of football. I'm asking for mid-table, higher table-ish teams in the Bundesliga and the Premier League. And the Premier League is dog shit, and the Bundesliga is kind of meh. But because I can see how those two clubs like Brighton and Stuttgart have two managers, but I believe these are managers where like put them into a better situation. Let's see what they can do. Because their football gives me more hope. Frank football gives me more question marks than answers. Every game I leave games with more questions than answers.
No,
so that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
You were justified today. This is. I think this is the second time. I think this is only the second time I've watched Shula. Yeah,
this is the second time because you watched the Brighton game. And remember what I told you.
I thought you were good, but this game is like I get it.
But
I see it.
This is what I'm saying. Brighton was probably the best game that we had this season, and we came back 2-0.
Well,
we have to fight back, dog ourselves back to 2-0.
Yeah.
How can I be on the timeline at halftime say we playing chaos football versus Brighton? If you want to play chaos football, play controlled chaos football, but we don't play controlled chaos football. We just play chaos football like it's Brentford. And underneath the same tweet, people, I'm not even lying, underneath the tweet I literally said, this game can go either way at this point. Brighton will score literally within the next 6 minutes after the tweet.
Okay.
But again, I'm just a random dude. I'm just a random dude on Twitter. I be out there just retweeting women, saying how beautiful they are. Tweet about anime, talk about gaming.
Ass and titties and done my feed. It's
bro, I'm just, you know what I'm saying, bro. I'm just a young guy, bro. I'm just a young guy on the internet, bro. Tweeting my mind. This is who I am. I'm saying,
man. Like people arguing, I'm like, yo, there's too much ass and titties out here, and you arguing about.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like doing the game, bro. Sometimes doing the game, I swear I could you not. I saw somebody on my timeline, and you know how this new Twitter update where like sometimes it accidentally refreshes. I like fuck because I wanted to like the picture. I was like, fuck, I have to wait. No, I have to wait like another 3 days until the woman shows up again, so I can follow. Shit. I was like, yo, I found some fine shit because of the Tottenham game, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so that's what I'm saying. I'm just some random dude. I'm just some random dude on social media who does all type of things here, enjoy my time and tweet football. I ain't got no coaching budgets, but I'm telling you these things early. but you guys don't like it because it's a certain way how I say it, and because you have an attachment to a manager that hasn't done anything for your football club at all. That's what I'm saying. No, I said everything that I said. There's nothing. There's no new information. So now what we're gonna do is obviously M. De Niro, he's gonna give his thoughts up to you on Friday. But what I'm gonna do on Fridays, when we're gonna have games like that again, I want to hear from the chat. Explain to me what was wrong, because I want to learn from you guys. Because I told you guys everything that I know. Nothing changed in my opinion.
It'll be interesting. It will be interesting once it's calmed down. Dunsey. Oh yeah, to anyone in the chat, no, Dunsey is not. I don't know if you responded to Soccer Junkie, but Dunsey is not American. It's not US based. No, go on, Dunsey, man. I don't know if you want to respond to what Jezzy's saying.
Oh, fucking London, bro. There, North London, Arsenal, all of that. Nah, I'm just joking. With Tottenham, it's like, Jez, come on, man. Like, you've watched enough football, so I expect someone of your caliber, the way you say, okay, you watch so much football, and you know you got variety of players in your head like that. You've watched your team in and out, and even the transfers that's come in your team. You've watched them like within depth. So when you do say those kind of things, we can see it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like when Flawless was one of the first content creators to actually shout out Amran. Amran, he was more Amran do better. Yeah, first and foremost. You know what I'm saying? Between December and January times, when everyone else was like saying, "Nah, mate, you're a hater, you're this and you're that." There's certain people that actually understand football and can take their love away from the club and are more football fans. And because you're more of a football fan, you understand the dynamics of football. The rest of these people, and I'm not disrespecting anyone, you know what I'm saying? Just today, it's one of those things where you actually, when you're giving an analyst, you're giving an analyst as a football loving person instead of a Tottenham person. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because I have those same like Arsenal fans in my fan base where it's like, but how can you beat Arteta? Right? Look what he's done for us. He's made us stable. He's took us a second. Okay. Then what? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my gosh, Arsenal has had so much possession of the ball and we've been defensively strong. We're one of the best defensive teams in Europe. Okay. But what have we won? This is what I'm saying. That's the reality of it. There's certain people that support football clubs and just that. And there's other people who actually support football clubs and actually support football in itself. You know what I'm saying? You come from that cloth. You get me? So when you say something, obviously you're going to get your Tottenham fans saying, oh yeah, but do you know what, yeah? Give him a chance, give him this. No, mate. Do you know what it is? Sometimes when you see trash, call it trash, bro. You get me? None of us are going to pick up a sandwich and eat it off the street, are we? Well, I ain't. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because it's trash. And you know where it comes from, and you can see what's going to happen if you eat it. That's what your manager is. You know what I'm saying? Because when I have watched Tottenham, I've got your annoying voice in the back of my head because I hate you Tottenham fans. You know what I'm saying? Well, you're my brother. You know what I'm saying? I probably can't stand you more than I can't stand you. And that's straight when it comes to Tottenham. You get me? Because like this motherfucker's annoying when it comes to Tottenham, blood. You're actually real with it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Hey, blame Troops, man. You know what I'm saying? This is Troops' fault.
I'm not blaming Troops, bro.
They blame Troops, man.
Bro,
this is Troops' fault, man.
All right, then, Flawless. When it comes to Arsenal content, right? And I just had enough, right? And then I just go wild, yeah, because I do some wild shit. You know what I'm saying? Even I know that, yeah. You always put up a banner, yeah. You could have put up a banner saying, "I am not a Tottenham supporter. I have no bearing, and I don't give a shit about them."
I tried that, but they didn't want to hear it at the time.
It's been over a year. I'm still waiting for that, yeah.
I tried. They didn't want to hear it, so now I'm just like, all right, let me just run with it.
I didn't see that, blood. Like, you got Teddy there, blood. You know what I'm saying? You're back in Tottenham. Okay,
you know whose idea it was? Yeah, everyone to give it to Flawless was Troops. When we was at the event, when we was at Ballers, it was the what was it called? It was like some football. It was a new shop, and for some reason, the Spurs Penguin was about, and Troops went, I don't want this. Because you had it, I think it was Rums or someone that he's like, give it to Flood. I was like, yeah, I'll take it. I took a picture with it.
Mate, I'm sure you probably passed about 10,000 bins in your time with that fucking penguin. You know what I'm
Why
saying?
would I put? Why would I put? You know what I'm saying? European heritage.
And that right there, yeah, that right
Is it
there,
not?
why I say you're a pussy. Yo. You see, that comment right there is why I say Flawless is a pussy. Yo. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, there was no need for that. Yeah, there was
I'm
no
just
need for
stating
that.
facts. You know what I'm saying? I was stating facts. Is it not a European champion? Why would I put it in the bin? That is crazy work. It's a current reigning, defending, undisputed Europa League champion right now.
See, I can understand Jez like spitting lyrical just with those kind of bars, but he doesn't because you know it is. Jez has had enough of his team, even though he supports Tottenham. He's had enough of his team. It's man like you, yeah, that's fucking singing their praises, yeah, European, blah blah blah, all of this bullshit. Like I said, blood, like, I don't care about Tottenham, bro. You get me? But when we're talking about football, it's different gravy. You know what I'm saying? Like Tottenham, what the games that I've watched them, I haven't seen nothing different this season. If anything, last season you lot was more attractive on the eye. Cool, you was playing the high line and all of that, whatever. But this season it's more like luck football. It's that's all I can see it as is luck football, right? And when your luck runs out, or when you come up against a team that's going to defend strong and attack strong, right? That's when people are going to start listening to Jez. Until then, bro, you're going to have to be the martyr. You're going to have to be the hating man. You know what I'm saying? And they say, once you're hated, that's when you've made it. And everyone hates Flawless. You know what I'm saying? There's two people that everyone hates in life. Everybody hated Chris and everybody hated Flawless, that pussy off. You know what I'm saying? They both made it.
This is crazy. Hey, Ruby Chris's millions. Hey, you lot continue to run up the likes and the subscribe button on the channel. Members continue to get your questions in as well. It doesn't have to be the topic we're talking about, but we just keep moving in regards to it. Go and to Vikram, to your point where you asked me about Mark, would I take before you go, Jez? Would I take Marco Silva? Now I'd be lower on the list. To me, you have Areola, you have Glasner, you have Eddie Howe. There are three people, there are three managers in the league I look at that would take over Marco Silva. Even though I think Marco Silva is a good manager. Go on, Jez.
You know the most thing about it, when you don't see what you said about the last season, how which is more attractive than the eye and shit like stuff like that, yeah. Man associate that, yeah, using that as a reason to why I'm saying these things about not trying, because you know how debates are. You're trying to bring up debate, you're bringing up things, even if the things don't necessarily make sense. It's a purpose of being able to debate. So for me, and this is where I always say, like, I know when I win my debate. I know where I win my debate. When I speak about what is actually going on from a footballing perspective, but then people can only bring the only talk about that people can bring back to me is that I want Angebach. So you're not bringing me any logical reasons. You're not bringing me any factual reasons what's happening from this season. Now you just take the easy road and trying to explain to me, oh no, you just want Angebach, you just want his football back.
Yeah.
But so you can't which just makes it even funnier to me because you can't counter argue my points with what you believe Frank is actually doing right. And because the funny part is because they know they can't counter argue me because I say the good things that Frank does, I praise him for. So you know the things that I think he does well, I praise him for. So you can't counter argue that no more. That point is already gone. So everything that I say, you have nothing to counter argue because why? Because he hasn't done anything. And this is why I find it always hilarious. That's why I got this. Usually I would let it go. I would just say whatever. I can't be up. But the reason why I like that is because people trying to think for me now. People want to think for me now and say, oh, you believe this, you believe that, you believe that. No, I don't believe none of that. Oh, you want this, you want that, you want that. No, I don't want that. I just want a team to look at least as good as Brighton. Which sounds crazy in 2025 because in 2020 it used to be a mockery when you were to compare to Brighton and Fulham and Denmark.
It was
Brighton, Fulham and Denmark are better than Man United and Spurs these days.
Brighton, Fulham and Denmark do facts, yo.
Facts.
Hey, shout out to she like no, she was ahead of her time, but yeah, she kind of was now. You know what I'm saying?
She was
Brighton, Fulham and Denmark, Everyone's looking at their managers. Yeah, people die.
I'm saying, man, say, bro, they're scared of cotton coverage and the Brighton Stadium, no. Brighton, no way.
What the Amex?
Brighton,
Yeah, people ain't trying to go Amex.
Or cotton covered, or Craven Cottage, Craven Cottage, yeah. Man, I'm saying, I'm not looking forward for this, especially if it's a late kickoff. What? Imagine saying that 5 years ago, when they was running over with George Meyer and Tosin Adebayo and what's it called? What's the midfield name again? The guy who went to Anguissa.
It's a throwback, mad. Yo, you with the throwback.
And this is when the Palace centre back and Anderson was switching between Palace and Fulham for no reason. Them times, this was the time the teams didn't. Them man were running around with and Lookman was still at Fulham them times, but he was doing Panenkos and costing his team relegation. Back then, this is the same stadium, by the way. No, 5 years later, where man are scared to go to.
Yeah,
same with Brighton.
Brighton and Fulham don't guarantee when you go to them places. Like,
it's not. Even Crystal Palace these days. Crystal Palace is no guarantee going there.
Yeah, they're second at the moment. They're second at the moment.
This is for me what I say. I believe the reason why I believe the Premier League is in the state where it's at is because the better teams aren't as good to watch and aren't even as good in performing wise as is, because let's be honest, and don't get twisted, I think it's a good thing that you have teams like Palace, Fulham, Brentford, even despite the manager change, etc., that you have these teams performing. But let's be honest, because they're not in TV like that, because they're not promoting the media like that, ain't nobody cares about them really and truly.
Mm-hmm.
That's why, and because you have Chelsea being such a poor product, because you have Spurs and Man United such a poor product, and then you have currently a really mediocre City right now. Arsenal's kind of like, I don't know what you're gonna get. Sometimes you're gonna get good performances. Next time you see 4 centre backs and 3 DMs, and then you have Liverpool just all by themselves. What type of product is that? Ain't nobody trying to watch that.
Yeah, you don't know where you at. Point. You're gonna get. No, I get your point.
We watch Atleti with Real Madrid right there. That right there. Tell me a Big Six game that was like that in any time in the last 2 years.
Yeah, because you know why? Both them teams went for it. Even though Real got beat 5-2, they went for it.
Also City last season.
Yeah, you know.
I'll be honest.
Even then, City was just poor. At least there was some quality on both sides. You lot were very, very good, and you lot went for it. Yeah, but that City side at that time, were they not like were they in the midst of that 1-12 at that point?
Yeah, 1-12. Yeah,
even don't see if even that's the thing. Let's say I give you that game. I still can go to the Real the Classical derbies, but not even the Classical derby game. I can even go and say Atletico versus Barca, Athletic Club versus Barcelona or Real Madrid, and go up against both. It's just different in La Liga, for example. I think Bundesliga games are mad underrated because of the lack of just interest for people in general, which I understand and partly I understand. But this is what I say: the Premier League is just a proud product to watch for so many reasons. Yeah, and the only good part about the Premier League, in my opinion, are actually the mid-table teams, because they're actually somewhat competitive, and because of how poor the bigger clubs are, those mid-table clubs actually have a chance now to actually compete for Europe. That's why even the Conference League, for example, is a good thing, because if there's no Conference League, you ain't seen no Nottingham Forest or Crystal Palace in Europe. So yeah,
Jez, you know what it is? Like, I think the reason why. The reason why I think that the Spanish league looks so great, it's a style of football that they play, because they used to play in triangles, passing and moving, and that's been their culture for let's say the last 20 years, right? When it comes to England as such, they haven't got a style of play, right? And you can see it when you see the national team play, because just how Spain's, France, and Germany's national team play, that's how they play in their league. When it comes to England, yeah, They haven't got a style of playing here. The only reason why we're classed in that category is because of money. Because we're England, bro. Come on, let's put it out there.
Marketed very well. It is marketed.
You know what I'm
very
saying? That's the only. It's just like
well.
if an English player goes to Barcelona, you know they're gonna pay over the odds. But if a Spanish player goes to Barcelona, you know they're gonna get them at market price. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just a name. That's all it is. Where the English Premier League by the name, not actually by formation, tactics, or strategy. That goes to all the other countries, and it shows in our leagues week in, week out. Like you said, the mid-table teams, yeah, they're good because they actually want to play football. Like the rest of them, everyone else, like it's like when we come up against each other, we're so shook of losing, yeah, without a style of play that you'll see 7 defensive players on the field. It's a shame, you get me, because we was once it, but hey, so was Maya. It is what it is.
Yeah. Also, also, I know you're doing the Yapman show after this, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, before obviously, so because I know it's going to end soon. Also, by the way, before we go to the next topic, shout out to my guy Gurasi, man. Waller. I've been saying this. Gurasi is low key actually a world class striker right now in this sport, but he's 29, so nobody cares. And he's a Dortmund. But
Regards to it, age thing.
if you actually look, don't see. If you go to any side, look up Gurasi and look up his numbers in the last 3 seasons, and don't tell me this is a world class striker production right there. But Chelsea, good old Chelsea, man.
That's where it was gonna go. Chelsea won, Brighton 3. Chalobah.
You know what's funny to me?
Another red card.
Another red card.
Again. Well, floor's yours. I was just setting the scene for people. Go on, fam. Go on.
Chelsea. See, I'm not even gonna go on to necessary. Well, yeah, there's some Chelsea fans. There are some Chelsea fans that we love to go onto. But I ain't trying to even go after the Chelsea fans. I want to go after the rival fans who were on their knees when they saw Chelsea and said, you know what, Chelsea can go and compete with us. They can go compete with City and Liverpool. What? By the way, people, Colville did his ACL. The window was still open when Colville did his ACL. Don't forget that. The window was open. The window was still open when Colville did his ACL. The window was still open when they knew Sanchez and Jurgensen was still the goalkeepers. The window was still open when they knew that apparently Cole Palmer's been dealing with 4 injuries. The window was still open when they bought Garnacho and Gittins. The window was still open for all these type of things.
Thanks.
And they refused to do nothing about it but just bring in some kids as squad depth.
Cook.
I couldn't believe. And this is what I'm saying. I can understand why you were a Chelsea fan and you just felt like an overly confidence over your team. I can understand it because you just won the Club World Cup. You just came from winning the Conference League. It's just a dopium. You think everything's going fine. You had the summer. Yes, it was a poor summer. There were Chelsea fans who called it out, but you still had to, because the dopium was so good. You kind of run with it. So I can understand it from my fans' perspective. Because remember what I was saying? 2 months of good form made Chelsea fans believe they're like one of the best teams in the world all of a sudden. 2 months. I'm not even talking about the Club World Cup. I'm talking about even the Conference League run, which we all predicted them to win anyways. It's not like, oh my days, they did it. Now we all said, you better go and win this, because how can you not win this? So you won that. You were on good form. You had like a really good stretch at the end of the season. Fair play to them. I'm not even going to try and criticize them because a lot of people doubted them, rivals and their own fans, and they did it. So they did all of that just to have a window like this, and they still expected League title challenging. But I saw man say they have a better team than Arsenal. They full on said they're better than Arsenal.
Yep.
So you're going to get it twisted. Arteta, we say all these things about Arteta, but don't act like Arteta is like some bum. Then you can just go and overtake Arsenal just like that. You gotta show us, and this is why I keep saying this. Don't analyze football, but just a short short-term based analysis of a short-term span. Let us see how a team can actually perform over a whole season. The funny part is, yeah, I heard the same thing about bad subs again. Why can my wrestler not coach a win or coach a draw after 10 months? But I said it all the time. I think actually Mariska is actually a decent coach. A big issue is like the player's mentality, but most important, the player's ability. Why am I seeing guys? Why am I seeing guys like Gittins and Garnacho as the main two options for left wing being bought for big money? Both of them were combined 90 million.
Million, it was 95, wasn't it?
95 million combined, if I put it into pounds. They signed the Lamp as a backup striker. Joe Petro, baller. I like that signing when they signed him. But even now, you've seen Chelsea fans complaining he can't play striker. Huh? But you told me you bought him for his versatility. How did you go from his versatility so he can't play striker all of the sudden no more? I don't understand. Who else did they bought? They bought so much mid, like the Lamp. They bought the Lamp. Obviously, unfortunately, the kid got injured. But let's not act like that.
That's the only other one. That's the vow.
Even then, they bought him a while ago. I think Esther was a good talent. I think Esther was a really good talent. So I give them that. And then after that, like again, Dario Isogo. Are you fucking kidding me, bro? Just like you bring in all these random what? By the way, these are legitimate football manager wonder kids. Legitimate. This is not just you just find them. Oh, this is a little gem. Nah, when you go on Football Manager, they're probably up there as one of the best football manager wonder kids in their positions.
Yeah.
This is how it feels to me when Chelsea store players, and that's not even for me to take the piss, but you just kind of put it into perspective of they thought this was the way in order to progress into the season, and for me that not Chelsea fans, I get it, but rival fans pushing the narrative that Chelsea can actually potentially finish as high as second was always crazy to me. I always thought as them as a, you know what, fourth place is the best that I think they can finish. And in my opinion too, once we say you're the fourth best team, you tend to find yourself more times than not. If you actually go back in history in the last 3 seasons, the team that finished fourth tends to always be in the top 4 battle as well. It's not like it's just a comfortable fourth. No, it goes down to the latter stages of the season.
Yeah.
No, that's fair.
That went into the season with. We're talking about the defense being the spine of the team and the most important part. Like we're talking about defense is winning the league. Shout out to Cucurella and Reece James, ballers, innit? And they're doing really well. But then that middle part, Sanchez, Tosin, and Chalobah. By the way, the window was open when Koval got the ACL, but they still decided to go with that. And people were still running that they can still be better than Arsenal, they can still be better than City, and they can still be better than maybe Liverpool. Or they can at least compete with Liverpool to the end of the season. You see what I sit here and say, like, yo, but I stay quiet when it comes specifically to Chelsea. And I told this to Prime as well, and Prime agreed with me. Because Chelsea meltdowns are the funniest meltdowns out of all the fan bases. It's more funny than Arsenal fans because some Arsenal fans don't believe what they say about Arteta. Let's be real, and Dante can agree.
Facts.
They don't believe a lot.
What's it? Say that again. No. Just give us a second. Flawless, what do you say, blood?
I said, yo, you really dislike everyone who's Arteta in. That's what I said.
Yeah, okay. We Arteta people, yeah. Fuck you. Get out my club like this manager. Okay, sorry, Jess. Go.
No, but what's it called? This guy was fun. But nah, I love the Arsenal fans who like what they say think about Arteta. They don't necessarily believe that. But the reason why I say Chelsea meltdowns are the funniest because they generally believe what they say. We had a guy comment, bro, and the reason why I have, by the way, chat, don't take me as like a Chelsea hater just because I support Spurs. I hate Spurs more than I hate Chelsea, and I'm a Spurs fan. And the reason why I have this energy is because we had a debate in the summer. Flores was right there with me, and there was some Chelsea fans in the comments. They were this high on their team to the point where they were talking about their Real Madrid level with their midfield.
Let's clarify that, people. We wasn't talking team-wise. Because at that time, I think it was around the Club World Cup. I didn't finish.
No, after the Club World Cup. After the World Cup.
After. And I even said, all I said was it wasn't even directed at Chelsea. I just said, I was talking about Xavi Alonso. And I said, when I look at all the teams in Europe, I think Madrid have the most talent. I didn't say they were the best team. I said, I put Chelsea, I put the big four in England above them. I put Barcelona and I put PSG. And I said, those 6 teams right there, I think are currently better than Madrid. But the point I was making was talent-wise, and that's why Xavi Alonso's been brought in, is to try and see if he can figure it out. As even though they got battered today, he seems to. When I've watched Madrid, they look like a much more balanced team and a better team. And people was telling us their midfield and defense is on par with Real Madrid from a talent perspective. No, it's not, man. Talent-wise, people. Yeah. No.
Not even, and the maddest thing about that, and this is what really irks me. We literally told them, your team is actually good. We said Chelsea can beat Real Madrid over two legs. That still wasn't good enough for people to say, nah, we don't agree with you what you're saying. We still don't agree with you. That's why I have the energy, because I know there's some Chelsea fan right now who's really sick in their mind, who really also believe that narrative. They would have believed that narrative and say, this team is dog shit, that Maresca's ass. No, I'm seeing it on social media. I'm seeing guys tweet about Maresca again. Why are you guys tweeting about Maresca? Can you not talk about how bad your summer was first and foremost? Can you not talk about how bad the mentality of your players are? Can you not talk about how your team got a lot of fake demons? Like this is what I'm saying. Like, don't get it twisted. I can sometimes get the criticism that Maresca gets, but what's Maresca supposed to do when two guys get back-to-back red cards? This is crazy. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. Well, I still believe you can still. We've seen teams go down on 10 man and even better performances than 11 man. You can do that, but more times than not, when I watch Chelsea and when they have better performances, I look at it and say, yeah, I can see the blueprint of the manager. Mm-hmm. But when Chelsea go into this phase where they are right now, I'm looking at it and say, yo, these players' mentality, they be the fake demon. You know, when I say fake demon, I say when they're winning, they be loud as hell. They be on the social media. They be saying this, they say that. But when results like Man United and Brighton happen, ain't nobody wanna buck the talk.
No, they don't, because the other thing is just I think you're being not nice, but the fact that you've crashed on like rival fans who were saying this about Chelsea as well, which I do agree with Chelsea, with the rivals also backing. It's also Chelsea fans who backed it and spoke all this nonsense.
No, I know,
and I know you're in agreement on that. If Arsenal, Liverpool, City, Manchester United, or Spurs had that goalkeeper and those 2 centre backs, no matter who else you would have in the team, Chelsea fans wouldn't be telling you can do anything.
Oh, 100%.
Arsenal's back line and people, you don't even have to be Sanchez, Chalobah, and I'm talking about just a goalkeeper of that caliber and 2 centre backs of that caliber. So whoever you think's on par with them level wise, if they was at Arsenal, Chelsea fans wouldn't be telling you Arsenal could do anything. If they was at Spurs, if they was at Manchester United, if they was at Liverpool, they was at City, that's all they talk about. But for them, all of a sudden it's fine. And we're just going to bypass that. And Surfer mentioned it many times. No team's challenging for anything or doing well without a good goalkeeper. Sanchez is horrible. He's arguably, with Onana gone now, the worst goalkeeper in the league. I don't know about the teams that have come up, so I can't comment on their goalkeepers.
But them teams got better goalkeepers than them.
Okay, so I'll take Jesus. Let's say he's the worst or one of the worst. Centre-back pairing. Yeah. Surfer made this point. And who else was on with him? With Surfer and somebody else.
Probably Brian. Because
it might have been Prime, and he was saying how the centre-back pairings he take over his, and he said Palace. Who else did he say? So he said Liverpool, he said City, he said Arsenal, he mentioned Spurs, he even said Everton, and he was saying it's barely top 10. So why would a barely top 10 centre-back pairing and a goalkeeper that's bottom 3, how all of a sudden they're going to do this, that, and the third? Bear in mind, people, they do have quality. When it comes to Caicedo, Palmer, Cucurella, Reece James, they have arguably the best 4 in those positions. Like if we were to do a Premier League best 11 right now, those 4 are all in the conversation. Whether you may put them in or not, all 4 of those are in the conversation without question. João Pedro is a good centre forward as well. But the rest of it, and something people overlooked as well, Enzo Maresca, he's never been here before. He's never been in this situation before whatsoever. Not saying he can't or can't do it, but the fact that people thought he was just gonna hit the deep end and swim. Why? And we've watched him now twice in succession with the red cards. Panic. He panicked at Old Trafford. As much as Sanchez was at fault and others were at fault, he panicked. Wherein, when you get a red card as a manager, that's your safety net. If you put in any form of resilience and manage to get a draw, God forbid you win, but let's say you get a draw, people will go, hey, props to the manager, well played. And if you lose and it's a valiant effort, people will go, you was down to 10 men and blame the player who got sent off. So how do you take a situation where it's you really can't lose and turn it into everyone's blaming you? And he's panicked twice now, taking off the outlets. And again, and maybe he learns from it, maybe he doesn't. It's not a good omen. He did the same thing again against Brighton. Yes, Chelsea do have a lack of quality in certain areas as well, without question. But that's why I put them fourth. So when people was talking about, and I hear what Lewis was saying and others when he said about what the expectation is, but expectation and where you are is two different things. Me and Saeed have
right there.
Say I expect United to be fifth because I don't want to say lower because then if we finish lower, people will go, well, you expected us to finish there. I'm saying I understand your expectation, but where do you think it is? Even if it's low, like even if you've got United or Chelsea or whoever the team is lower than you would expect, like lower than you would want to, but you have to deal with the club as it is, not as you want it to be. I deal with Manchester United as it is, not as I want it to be. Same way I look at the rivals, I can take all the jokes and all the banter aside and look at a club and go, all right, where do I see you finishing in the league? Where are you strong? Where are you weak? What's your manager like? Blah, 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 this and that, etc., etc. And I go, Chelsea don't have it, and they don't even have Enzo Maresca to who I can say can overcome the weaknesses of the team. Maybe he is the next best thing, and he overcome it, but I've not seen nothing yet. People forget they had to go on a crazy run at the back end of last season to finish top four. They weren't shoo-ins. They went on a mad run towards the back end of the season.
You're forgetting that Nottingham Forest lost many games to the back end of the season.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So people forget that point as well. You know what I'm saying? So carry on.
Nah, and they did, and it's kind of like that's how I always for people for a key in regards to football. I always I use it mainly with Manchester United and go, all right, take my Manchester United glasses off. If I was a rival fan or I'm a neutral, how do I look at Manchester United? People, that's how I do my assessment of Manchester United. That's why I can do it so emotionless. That's why I can do it with complete logic. I can look at it from a biased perspective in regards to a rival, and I can look at it from just a complete neutral and just a fan of football. All right, so if Arsenal had our team, what would I say about them? That's how I look at Manchester United. If Liverpool had our team, what would I say? If they had our manager and was performing like this, what would I say? And I'll flip that and use it not use it, but I'll say that to people in debates in the chat. All right, so if Amrin was at Liverpool and performing like this, would you be saying give him time, or would you be laughing at Liverpool, or laughing at Arsenal, or laughing at Chelsea, or laughing at Leeds, or Spurs, or whoever else? Like, too many people are so biased that they can't look past it. I'm extremely biased. I'm Manchester United through and through, but because I love the club so much and want to see it to do well, that's why I have to that's why I have to remove the biasness and logically look at it and go, all right, this ain't it. Why? Where I just mentioned Jez about the tactical side of things, what I can do, what I've noticed in this space is say the uncomfortable truths. And people don't like it. And because it's me saying it as a Manchester United fan, people can't say, oh, if Don C or Jez said it, oh, they're just hating. You're Arsenal and Spurs, it can be dismissed as that. Or you're just hating, you're a rival fan, you're just running jokes, you're just running bands, you're going over the top. Whereas me, it's not that. So then people will turn to other things. Or you just doing it for views, or you just being negative. Or this, that, and the third. And then it's like, kind of when I pointed out most things about Manchester United, I'm kind of smart on people. When I've spoke about Amarim, when I've spoke about Ineos, when I spoke about Ten Hag, last season when I spoke about the amount of goals we're going to score, like when I spoke about Mason Mount, the list goes on. I've got some things wrong more often than not when I've been like, all right, we're going to do better. But when it comes to it, like, I'm not just saying these things for the sake of it. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Oh, that one too, nephew. Yeah. That's a good one. I'm from South London. Until they hear me start cursing and then they hear the Manc accent and they're like, all right, he's definitely Manchester born and bred. It's ridiculous. So that's where it is back to the Chelsea side of things and seeing them getting their, not comeuppance, but like just their humbling. It's great. That's why
Oh,
I
it's
don't even be
beautiful.
arguing heavy in that. Like, I don't even be arguing heavy with people like that. Like outside of here, we'll debate and go back and forth, whether it's someone in the chat,
Yes.
whether it's a content creator, etc. Because all right, we got a show to do, but it's like, wait, the fact that, and I see Lewis's title today, we watched his fan comedy, was like, I'll see you lot next season, it's over. Matisse saying the same thing. It's like Chelsea would
Is
never
it-
do anything of no. Like, you
this
can
is
finish
so
top four,
this is the
you can
beautiful.
win a trophy, yes, a cup competition, but the
Yes.
league, forget about it. Forget about it, man.
But and this is the beautiful part about it is that it's a real realization. And for me, that's what I would say. You are even if something's called me a bastard because I love to play the waiting game. I'm a patient guy because I know when it's time to pounce.
You know that train's never late. Like, you've been at this platform before. You
Yes.
know this train route off by heart. You've seen
You
this
know,
before
you know,
many times. You know what?
Sanchez.
This train's on the way, and all right, it'll probably be slightly late because it's snowing. So it'll probably be about 20 minutes late.
So like,
Like, I'm just using that as an example. You know
no,
that the
like,
amount of apologies I've got this season already. You was there in the chats. What was said
no,
at
bro,
the channel and back again. You seen it, Jez. I was
bro,
saying, anybody who's in the chat
ridiculous.
knows how
It's
I
all
got
done.
started. But hey, we move. Hey.
Well, it's like the one thing is here. Man, we're acting like you were saying all that stuff here after United came off like a Champions League. You know what I mean? Like after you did the league and Champions League double.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you said that after the league and Champions League double, I think everybody would rightfully look at you crazy
and be like, "Yeah, you nuts." Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I said. That's why I have the energy for Chelsea. One, because of that one stream that we was on, but also two, because Chelsea models are the most hilarious ones because it's the realization of them realizing we're not actually not that good. We're not actually not that good. At least people, I feel like at least other fan bases, there's this. It's already in you. You know the team is not that good. But with Chelsea fans, it's like they force themselves mentally into thinking we're supposed to be there. You have to be there. And then when they realize they're not good enough, this is what happens to them. But yeah, go on, Duncy.
No, it's just straight arrogance, to be honest. Yeah, that's all I can see as straight arrogance. They won, what was it, a Conference League and the most beautiful Carling Cup in the world. Yeah? And they thought, okay, yeah, we're challenging for the league now. No, come on, man. Let's say
that's what they were saying.
On a real, bro. Let's say as it is, bro. They won the best looking community shield there is in the world. Yeah, it's a fucking glorified friendly. Yeah, and they won a Conference League, and then they think that they have made dramatic step ups. Come on, like Flawless said, like you've had a manager that's never managed a club like Chelsea, a team like Chelsea, and it's not even it's not even Chelsea as the name. It's more as the pressure of Chelsea. What Chelsea brings, a club like that brings. When you come into the top 6 clubs, right, you're not realizing the pressure on there is immense. You got eyes scrutinizing your every turn, your every move. When they lost against Man United, no, furthermore, when they got the red card against Man United, we was all on stream. We all said, why the fuck did you take off these players? All of these players. Do you know what I'm saying? Why did you? Yeah. We know that Man United ain't that great, right? On the best of days. But yet you don't give any attacking outlet. And when you actually start doing stuff was when Man United got a red card. You hear me? But by then it was too little too late because you had no attacking threat. And today you've kind of done the same thing. And them man there were expected to finish second, third, fourth. Well, you'll finish fourth, but right now, if you're constantly getting red cards, like saying back to back or another 2 in a season, you'd be lucky to get fourth. You know what I'm saying? So I just see it as straight up and down arrogance. You get me? Like the Conference League, I think the Conference League just hyped them up too much. Like I always say, and I'm gonna give my usual thing, bro. Just because you got to the end of the dance here and you got a whale of a gal, yeah, it doesn't mean that you scored, bro. It just means that you got that easy target, bro. Yeah, what I'm saying, like, see it as it is, bro. Yeah, stay in your lane. Stay in your lane.
Shout to LeVar Ball, man.
Yeah,
Chelsea
big
like
up,
one
big up
goal.
casually for the raid, man. Marshall, hope you're blessed. Hope you're good. Big up Marshall every single time for the raid, man. Every single time. You lot, make sure you subscribe to Casually FC as well. And big up to everyone who's locked in. Everyone just joined over from the raid. Please run up the likes on the video. Get your questions in. If you're a member of the channel, take priority like a super chat. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell here. Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Subscribe to the Clips channel, Sarcasm City TV. Links in the title as well. Actually, that being said, we was going to move on, but Prime's here, so we'll get his thoughts. Prime, thoughts on the defeat to Brighton today.
Sorry, what?
Thoughts on the game against Brighton today.
Oh, I was out today doing stuff. I saw the lineups, pairs. So I didn't watch the game because I was out. Got home around like 6 or 7. I saw the result. We lost 3-1, pairs. And then I saw who got sent off, and I laughed. And then I was on Casually FC. So
You didn't see no highlight.
I meant what I said about Downfall, bro. I'm enjoying it. So let's go.
Yeah, we know because you're a crook. Did you see the highlights?
No. Why?
Okay, cool. I was just asking. You know what I was saying? Have you seen the highlights, fam?
No, I just went on Twitter and I got screenshots of the red card. That was beautiful.
Right,
regardless.
Yeah, it was terrible back. Yeah, did we even talk about the actual game? It's like, yeah, terrible challenge, but just let him go. I don't know why challengers make the change challenge. Let him go.
Wait, so you're telling me a world-class center back made a terrible challenge? Crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. Anyway, yeah, people be doing too much. But yeah, he did.
Brandon, just to keep it simple, then. All I'm saying is, remember the day where we had the backstage conversation. I'll keep it at that, man.
Hey, facts. Hey, but Jez, when we say it though, we go too far. We're crazy. When we say,
the game is the game. We'll see certain narratives are just right and just believe it is what it is. Run with it, but it is what it is.
Yeah,
crazy.
It's mad.
We got Benfica next. Jose at the bridge. We're losing that, and Liverpool is gonna get dark. So, yeah.
First. In regards to it, speaking of Liverpool as well, they lost 2-1 to Palace. Didn't watch the game, seen the highlights, and from everyone who was on the watch along with me watching that game, he was pissed off. As Steve was saying, how Palace should have been at least 2-3 goals up as well. And just like we were talking about Chelsea, like getting their comeuppance and being quieted down, it's nice with Liverpool as well. So fans were talking too much, and I was just tired of it. Is it slight hate? Absolutely. But yeah, they was just talking too much, and there was that. I thought they was all right. Chiesa scored. They're definitely going to score again and get a late goal. So for them to concede a late goal, fantastic. For it to be Nketiah makes it even better as well. I just love that. Shout out to Palace again, performing well. Glasner's doing well. You would have thought a back three could work against the best team in the league, but that's a whole different conversation. But the point I'm making is just slows them down. Go on.
I'm seeing. Oh, so that because I didn't watch that. I didn't watch any games. So Nketiah scored the winner. So that makes sense. There's a few group chats I'm in on Twitter that Arsenal fans are talking about Nketiah legend and stuff like that. So I assumed they were talking about the Chelsea game because we lost, but he's not up Brighton. So hey, players, man.
They're talking about it. Yeah, they're talking about the Chelsea and Palace did have ample chances as well, and Palace have been playing good football. But it is good to see, like I said, them just get beat. Stops all this invincible talk, and that era of invincibility, even if it's for this weekend, has been shattered and just quiets them down. So you ain't see no Liverpool fans in the chat. No, it's that. Barely see any Chelsea fans in the chat. No, it's that. But hey, that's a whole different conversation, people. So it's good when that happens. It just quietens them down and it just shushes people up. They were talking about going invincible.
I agree, man. I don't like Chelsea fans either.
I know this. Yeah, to include you in that as well. But
you know what? Sometimes I don't like myself either, but I gotta do what I gotta do.
Yeah, we do. We agree. It's something we 110% agree on. But yeah, like in regards to it with Liverpool, there ain't even really too much to say outside of that. Obviously, you think they'll bounce back. Vert's going 007. Obviously, that's been the talk of the town. The graphics are out there. That's brilliant, just for agenda purposes. That he is the one after all that hype is going 007. People saying Isak, Stinker, and Hooked. People are saying that's a gal playing out there. You lot got jokes. And yeah, this is great to see. Yeah, people calling him a gal. Yeah. People calling him a gal.
People are saying that's Lewis playing out there.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. Nah, people call it Lewis Gusto. Oh,
good.
Yeah, what have I been saying about work?
No, that's so cool. This is I'm telling you, man, like, yo, the Uzi Vert and that, bro. I saw that fail come today, and they had the Uzi track. But Shout out to Hater Central. You see right there? Not a trolling account, no biases, just pure hate right there. Pure hate.
Yes, that account is the manifestation of both of us, bro. That account.
Bro,
Beautiful.
you think, bro, you know NBA Central? NBA
Oh, yeah,
Central.
yeah, I know you're talking about. Yeah, I know you.
Bro, Hater Central is like that. If
Yeah, I've seen it pop up. It's popped up like on my socials and that.
if Hater Central masters the degree of information disinformation that level of it, if Hater Central can do that, bro, this is the greatest hater account that I have seen them. Because there's no bias. It's just pure hate. The memes are incredible. The memes are incredible.
Yeah.
You got no, and also there's
it popped up. I don't follow it, but it's popped up on my socials. Before we close, Sucker Junkie for the super chat, man. Says hit the likes and subscribe, people. Make sure you do that. Hit the likes and subscribe. Shout out to the panel. Big up. There's a question for the panel. Who, in your opinion, is the GOAT of YouTube football content? To me, there's not only, you can't have just one. I don't think there's one outstanding. I think you have to do a top 3, a Mount Rushmore, a top 5.
Yeah. How about that?
I don't think you can just say.
How about Mount Rushmore?
I don't think you can say just one. Like, and that's what it is. And then it's preference. This is very much like when Saeed did the tier list and it caused the whole mazza. What are you basing it off? Like, what's the criteria? It's like saying, all right, who's the best rapper? Who's the GOAT of rapping? Like, who's the GOAT of hip hop? It's like, depends what you're talking about. There's so many different assets and factors to content creating. So
that's the thing.
what you're talking about. So I can't pick just one though. But there's people who are Mount Rushmore candidates who I'm like, oh yeah, they.
This was like, I feel like Mount Rushmore.
My shit could be different. Go on, fam. Go on, Jess.
I feel like Mount Rushmore is easier. Like you see me, and this is what I said. Like, if I think about, this is what you're right there. It's like everybody's so different. Where like my type of content also outside Sargason City and Lewis channel and other channels, my football content that I consume is more of the tactical kind of side. I'm not necessarily really a viewer of fan channels. So unless it's the Mandem, I don't really watch fan channels like that. So it's like me. So that's why I say it's so hard to say.
I've been watching since 2015. So like for me, like if we're not talking about like any biases in terms of who I like more than others and whatnot, I think in no order, Robbie's on there. I know people don't like Goldbridge, but I think he does have to be on there. I put Expressions on there for what he's been able to do considering the team he supports.
Yeah.
And then the fourth one, I'll be real, the fourth one could go to like one of a few people, like Poet from Filthy Fellas. I think Troops has a very strong case.
Yeah.
Considering like he's the first one to actually be able to go to America. Like
yeah.
Robbie didn't do that. Goldbridge didn't do that. Troops went out there. So I think one of those two are very, very strong candidates. To be even True Geordie as well, to be fair. What he's been able to do, like he was one of the first to actually start doing like the concept of what watch-alongs are. He was doing that like the kickoff like years back. So I think those three are huge candidates to be on Mount Rushmore. Personally.
And I hear that, and everyone you've mentioned there has a claim. That's why I said it's very tough in regards to criteria. Like Robbie, when it comes down to it, I look at Robbie like is in regards to not as a content creator, but I think, how do I put this? Like when it comes to producing content, yeah, I think when it comes to producing content, I think he's the most important.
Yeah.
So if it was in rap terms, I'm looking at him like a producer. I don't look at him I look at him, for those that will know rap, I look at him as I do a Dr. Dre, for example.
Yeah, creator.
Not really on the mic, but yeah, when it comes to creating and what he was able to do, I don't think anyone else could manage all that talent under AFTV as well as he did. Because let's be real, that's what sparked all of this.
So like Robbie is Dre and Troops is Eminem.
Yes, that's what it is. Like no one's gonna say that Dre's a better rapper than M. You get what I'm saying? But we know how important they were. I think they were equally as important to each other at that same time.
More Ice Cube.
Yeah, or even that whoever Ice Cube matters as well if you're talking rap. But that's the point I'm making. I think when it comes to a content side of things, I think Robbie's the best. And he's very good, on him interviewing people and stuff. Like AFTV don't have that boom without him. But he managed, he was smart enough to go, all right, I'm gonna have all these talents and I'm gonna interview different people. Like even whoever's idea it was RIP Claude to put Claude and Ty together. Brilliant. Whoever's idea that was. Because they were the only duo that did fan cams. No one else did fan cams together. Like as a duo. And Claude and Ty separate fan cams would have been filed. But putting them together, and then he was smart enough to give everyone their shows. That doesn't mean discredit the talent. Like to me, Troops without doubt is on there. But again, that's my Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
So it's different. That's why it's extremely tough in regards
to all the views.
Hence why I did the special, because I wanted to give everybody their flowers. That's what that was about.
So if you're talking about this like current, if you're talking since when I say generation, if you're talking about since like say 2019, 2020, since lockdown of the current generation, you've got Northside, Monts. To be fair, I'll even put you on there, Flawless, as well. And
love for that. Well, it is, but that was my idea. Like for instance, I put a damn Pots there. That's why I did the second one.
Yes,
that was the whole idea surrounding that. Was like the next, because it's like them, the Northsides, Monts, Judge Mo, like that.
But that's the problem. That's the problem. At the end of the day, like everybody's goals is so different. Where like, if for example, it's like Michael Jordan. It's like Michael Jordan and LeBron. Somebody's gonna say LeBron is my goal. Somebody's gonna have an issue when they bring Jordan as your goal.
Yeah, it's quite because I think was this on air? It's probably off air. I think me and Matisse spoke about this. Don't worry, I ain't gonna say nothing crazy. And he mentioned this when it comes to like tiers and we're talking goats. What is the criteria is key? Why are you basing it off? Is it football knowledge, tactical breakdown? Is it entertainment purposes? Is it jokes and banter? Is it people as a duo? Like, what are you basing it off? Same way with rap, that's the easiest way. What are you talking? If we're talking rap, who sold the most? Who's the best lyricist? Who can make who makes the best songs? Who's the best hook writer?
I think like, you have to take all of it into account. Because back
if you're mixing it all together first, if you're mixing it all together, then
Saeed was doing the tier list stuff. Mike's and I did one on his channel, and when we went through all the content creators, we tried to be like as fit.
You cut out.
You cut out.
We tried, Mike's and I, when we did one on his channel, we tried to be extremely fair, like no bias. All the criteria have to go into account when we did ours. And when I look at the tier list we ended up with, I think it was extremely fair. Even with certain guys, like there are certain guys, for like a lot of people give shit towards Goldbridge, regardless of what your opinion on him. But what he has done in this content creation game, it cannot be disrespected, bro. It really can't be, regardless of what you think of him as a person.
But this is the thing, though. But some people will put it into consideration.
I find crazy, but there are people who don't like Robbie. But what he has done in the game can't be disrespected. Like there's just certain things with people.
But then that's criteria now.
But this goes back to.
I look at longevity. What you've done in the game, your viral moments, how entertaining you are. Obviously, your knowledge on the game also has to play a factor as well. Have you been able to transcend like Troops going to America, like Express doing things outside of this football space?
Oh.
Like the guys on standout TV doing like dating shows and stuff. Like a lot of that has to count towards your legacy.
Well,
When I look at,
100%.
like,
Yeah,
Turkish
there's
starting
like
the-
I'm saying, yeah, there's so
Yeah.
much. That's why it's tough.
That's what for
You
me.
spoke about that. I think you missed it in regards to Robbie. I hear it. You know what I'm saying? And that, like, if someone says Robbie's on their Mount Rushmore, I'm not arguing you down. I just look at him differently in regards to when I say as a producer. I think when it comes to producing content and having talent under one roster, also knowing what to do with said talent is also a thing. Because people will talk about Goldridge should have done what Robbie did and didn't. And if he
went his own way.
because he had success, but he should have. Because if you look at the roster that he had on the United stand, I was saying people to, it was ridiculous. Look at the people, go back and look at the United stand and go and look at what everyone who's from there is doing now. How do you have Rand, Saeed, Flex, Aaron, Adam Matic, the girl Sophie? Nah, not even KG, because KG were even there at that time. I'm talking the initial.
Oh, was there? Oh, okay.
The
How do
depth,
you,
the depth on United stand was just as good as AFTV, if not more. The depth
and then if you look off that, if you have all that under one belt, then you have the conveyor belt of everyone. Let me not forget Nuruddin Admin, because he was there as well. So how do you have that? How do you have Rance, Saeed, Flex, Nuruddin, Adam Matic, and Aaron as well? That just use those 6. How you have those 6 and don't do what? And that's why I rate Robbie so highly, because it's one thing having talent, it's a second thing knowing what to do with it. And Robbie knew exactly what to do, but that doesn't disregard the talent, because the talent has to be there. You can be a great, you can know what to do with talent, but the talent has the talent. Like, that's not like, oh, man can just go get a troops. No, stop it. You can't. Because if that was the case, there'd be loads of them running around, for example. Oh,
everybody could do this. Everybody could just go and make it a YouTube channel and do this.
No, I'm saying Rance was already on long before. Rance gets completely disrespected when it comes to these conversations, but that's a whole different conversation, because he was doing his thing long before this. Like, people don't know that. Like, when I was chatting to him, like, he was doing his thing long before the content creator is just added onto his journey. Make sure you check out the special with him. But the point is I'm making is, if it was that easy to just go and make talent, you'd go and make that talent everywhere. No, it's not the case. That's why I don't disrespect either in regards to it. It was made for both. That's just me. But yeah, go on, man, before we close out.
No, you're right. You're right. So yeah,
that's why I hate the whole such and such made such and such. No, it was a partnership that worked. Like, in back to football terms, Sir Alex Ferguson's one of the greatest managers we've ever seen. Without talent, without them talented players, he's not one of the greatest managers we've ever seen. And if it was that easy, everyone he had would have made that. All right, cool. If it was that easy to have a Cantona, everyone would have been Cantona then. Everyone would have been. Everybody would have been Schmeichel. No, you have to have the talent. Let's not act like it was all him. Sorry, go on.
Now it's very hard. Like, you look in sports, unless we talk about individual sports, it's very hard to look at it and say, and even individual sports, you still have a team behind you. It got you to a point, helping you where you got to. So it's like, whatever is that. You don't get to a point all by yourself. There's always somebody.
Yes.
There's always somebody. Whenever it's a partnership, and it's only a temporary partnership where you're using each other, understanding that we are onto better things, but we know we probably can't sustain it for a long term. But if you operate for the short term, it means something better. Or you want to continue as like a whole. There are people who love to just be like a partnership over a longer period, and you see how it goes. Like, for example, Curry and Clay are probably one of the best examples of a partnership of how long it worked. And even that one broke down at the end because Clay was starting to think about himself and saying, "Yo, I gotta get paid. The boys ain't trying to pay me."
Yeah.
So he said, "You know what? I'm out of here because I'm trying to get my money."
Yeah, he did. Facts.
But they couldn't. But if he would have been selfish and wanted to stay, maybe they wouldn't won 2 championship more.
Maybe. And that's what it is. That's why I don't disrespect like the people like quote unquote talent and then quote unquote managers or coaches or whatever you want to put, or any music form, producers or rappers. Because they was
that's why I don't like the Pep. That's why I never liked the argument towards Pep that he's a checkbook manager. Not like
It's
Pep.
both.
Pep. Yeah. Go on.
Yeah, the talent is. I was just gonna say with Pep, it's the talent. Yes, he had talented individuals, but he also helped the talent. But the talent also helped him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Like it's not one way or the
Another.
other. Like it's
Yeah,
just that
another.
players are much more likely to go. Not even much more likely. Players will always give props to the gaffer, just out of respect. So it will seem
Yes.
like it's lopsided. But there's no great manager who didn't have great players who were extremely talented. No one, whoever your GOAT is, go look at the players he met. Like we'll use Wenger for art. Wenger, bad boy manager, yes, had some extremely talented individuals too. So it went hand in hand. Same Chelsea with Mourinho, same way United with Fergie, and whoever else your GOAT list, your top 5, and that's what it is. But hey, you soccer junkie, great super chat though, because you said the affairs. I was thinking morely from a pure entertainment. It's a good conversation when it can be had with us four here, like non-biased, and there's no shots being taken. Because we've seen what happened. We've seen what happened with the tier list. We've seen the fallout with the tier list.
That's why.
Hence why I didn't do one, and hence why I didn't watch any of it. Like I didn't even know I didn't even know I made the list on Saeed's channel till we was doing it on Back Again. Because Troops was like, I want to do one. I'm like, okay.
I'll be real. You still should have done one because it's funny. It's funny. It's good content for international. But
no, it's content.
But someone
gonna
get mad.
For you then. I've got
exactly.
Yeah, but
it's unnecessary. It's unnecessary drama, bro. Like ain't nobody wants
someone gonna get mad.
I
Also,
still
as
think
well,
we need a Sarcasm City tier list, but regardless, I have a question for you then, Flawless.
Go on.
Where do you put yourself? Do you think you're like Robbie, like the Dr. Dre, or are you more so like the actual? Do you think you're actual content creator or the one in the background, like what Robbie is, basically? Because you give a lot of people opportunities from Sarcasm City. So
yeah, but that's more so. That isn't me trying to be like, all right, I'm trying to put. That's more so because people have done it for me. In this space, it's rare you go into a space and the people who are a bigger profile than you genuinely want to help you with nothing. Like they don't want anything back. That don't happen. I've been in music spaces, been in other spaces, and it don't work like that. Like most people won't talk to you. Like people, like man's got less than 1,000 subs, and man is reaching out to you. All right, let's do content. But look at it. So because I was helped so much, that's why I'm always like, all right, let me do the same. Give back to the culture. And it also helps the channel and it helps me improve, and then everyone wins all around.
Yeah, but
that's
like,
how I look at it.
But the thing is, you don't have to do that now, and you still do. So
yeah, because people still do it for me.
Okay,
that's why.
So you view yourself then as a content creator, not like
yeah, I'm definitely a content creator, but it's a mix. As you see with the channel, it's not one thing, so it's a mix. I do both. I just happen to be on air more. Well, it's both. Am I a content creator? Yes. Do I want to stand out as an individual brand? Yes. But I also want to see others flourish. So when people are on here and they go elsewhere, I love it. File. Because it means I did something right. So if I can help someone and that helps them go clear, or they go, this is cool. Or someone reaches out to me and go, oh, you got such and such's number. Yeah, no problem. I don't block anybody. Like Duncy's prime example here. He'll tell you this himself. How many other channels you been on, Duncy?
Fucking hell, months. Do you know, I don't want to sound like Tony before. I've been on the Sam's channel, been on the catch up. I never block that and go, yo, don't go there and do thrive. You know what I'm saying? Thrive. That's where I'm at with it. So in regards to answer your question, Prime, both. That's where I'm at with it. Where it's like, yes, I want to be seen as an individual brand, but I also want to be seen as, oh yeah, Flawless help put me on. And it's not even me saying that, others will say that. Like Ahmed was on Sky Sports, shout out to Ahmed, Bridge Nation. He's tweeted it himself, yo, Sarcasm City TV is where it started. Love that. Man helped him on his journey. Love that. That's as good as me being on that type of thing. I'm like, all right, cool. So yeah, and that's what it is, child. It's just people help me, so I'm not gonna not help others. Now, if the scene was a little bit colder and people didn't help me, I might be a little bit more reluctant, maybe. But it's a very
I've not encountered anyone who's like problems like that. Everyone seems bad, just mad cool. Because everyone's secure with like their numbers and themselves and their brand. So that's how I look at it. So yeah, both I would say, Prem. That's the aim. That's the aim. But you look, run up the likes, hit the subscribe button. We're gonna redirect over to the Yardman Show people. We're gonna redirect over there, people.
Oh, fuck's sake, man.
We're gonna redirect over there.
It's gonna be interesting.
Live people.
Because all of the teams lost. All of the teams lost.
God.
Yardman Show has gone live. So yeah,
Except
United
Arsenal, they haven't played. Yeah,
Liverpool lost as well. Obviously, Arsenal play tomorrow, today. So yeah, people, we're gonna head over there. So before you leave, big up for the super chat as well, Soccer Junkie, because it sparked a good conversation as well. Run up the likes, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Make sure you subscribe to Duncey's channel, Conversation TV. The link's underneath in the description, people. It's also on the featured channel page as well. Or if you don't want to be lazy, just go to the YouTube search bar and type in Conversation TV as well. So yeah, run up the likes, hit the subscribe button. We're redirecting straight over to the Yardman Show, people. So hit the like button as soon as you head over there, people. Hit the like button, get your questions in. It's going to be a good show. So I'll see you over there. This has been the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Thank you very much for tuning in.